Hey YouTube, what's going on? It is July 1st, a little after 8:30 a.m. and if all goes according to plan, you will likely not be seeing this exact video for quite a while, hopefully. And hopefully there will be other videos in between by the time you see this video. But anyways, let's get right to it. Do you ever just have that feeling where you're just going through the motions in life? And that's not to say that I'm unhappy or that you're unhappy or that life is bad in any way, but you just kind of feel like you wake up to do what you always do, you go to bed, you rinse and you repeat. And I feel like that's a really easy trap to fall into, and that's definitely where I'm at. I think if a lot of us are honest with ourselves, that's where a lot of people are at. And I want to change that. So what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to set an unrealistic goal of I'm going to do this for a whole entire year, because I found that sometimes I overshoot my goals in the past, and all that does is just gets intimidating and it gets discouraging when you miss a day or you miss a week or it ends up turning into a month. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a goal to be intentional with my days and everything I do for the next 30 days. So today is July 1st. I'm going to make sure that each and every day throughout July, I am intentional. And the way I kind of look at it is, I had New Year's resolutions, as we all do. I failed with them, as most of us do. So I'm an accountant, so I'm saying, you know what? I'm going to give myself a June 30th year end. My fiscal year now goes from, not my fiscal year, jeez, too much work in my head, but my year goes from July 1st to June 30th every year. So I am officially in Sean year 20. This is my blank slate. This is my chance to start over. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to be intentional for the next 30 days. And what do I mean by being intentional? I think a lot of us understand that saying, but I think it means something a little bit different for everyone. And I have a few things written down here. Stop going through the motions, as I already just mentioned. Do what you enjoy. And this is a pretty broad term, but I think we'll get into that more throughout the video. Don't have any quote-unquote 0 days. And what I mean by that is don't have a day where you just don't get better. You know, don't have a day where you go to bed and you think, you know, what did I do that was interesting, or how did I get better today, and not be able to think of anything outside of work, right? So obviously being good at work and excelling at what you do for a living is important, but I want the whole point of this exercise is to become a more well-rounded individual. So no 0 days. I'm going to journal each day. So I actually got this. 1 second. Probably should have got this out beforehand, but I got this journal. I probably bought this, I don't know, a year ago, maybe even more than that. But you can see how much progress I've made, as it is pretty much blank. Yeah, so I'm gonna journal every day, whether it's 5-10 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and write down what I did that day, what my plans are for the next day, and then how I got better, right? And I'm sure that could be a process that's gonna evolve over these next 30 days. And the other two things I have on here are some form of exercise every day. So that's something I want to get better at. Yeah. And then also, as one of them just walked in here, walk the dogs every day, because too often I neglect them. She is being really cute and sitting up and staring at me right now. It's so easy to neglect your pets and honestly your best friends. And my girlfriend and I, we definitely could do a better job at that. So that's honestly, that's a non-negotiable, weather permitting. Of course, you know, we do live in Florida. It's summertime and the weather can be pretty unpredictable. But unless there's an extreme thunderstorm or whatever, something bad happening outside that I couldn't walk the dogs, they need to be walked every day. And I'm sure there's going to be other things in here. Like I said, this is just a starting point, and these are pretty broad brushes. Like, for example, when I talk about exercise, that's also going to talk about getting enough sleep every day. And there's also the whole other realm that I haven't even mentioned, which is being fiscally smart in my personal life. So being able to save money for the goals we want to achieve and get us to the places that we want to go. Oh, and then part of that is also starting this YouTube channel. You know, I'm an accountant by trade. If some of you have been around on the channel before, you know that I've put out videos before. I made all those private just because I'm in a different place. I don't necessarily like the message that they put out to the world, and I'm gonna stop rambling, but long story short, I'm an accountant by trade, so I don't have a lot of room for creativity in my everyday life, and maybe some people might be surprised an accountant would want to be creative, but I was always someone who enjoyed creating growing up, so this is part of being intentional, is creating this YouTube channel to give myself an outlet in addition to what I already do, which is photography, of just creating, right? So I'm not creating this channel or this video with the intention of anything blowing up. I'm doing it just because I enjoy creating. I enjoy the process. I like sitting down. I don't necessarily enjoy talking to the camera, but I like the act and intention of creating. I like editing on the computer. And yeah. So yeah, you know, this was gonna end up, maybe you are gonna see this video, because I had the intention of doing like a 30-day, like, so here's the intro, here's what I'm gonna try to do, showing you highlights throughout my month of me along the way, and then giving you a recap at the end. But I feel like that might just end up being kind of long and choppy, and it's been a long time since I've made a video, so maybe doing something that complex isn't necessarily the best. I'm kind of talking to myself right now, but also talking to you guys. So yeah, maybe you are going to see this now, and that's kind of scary, because now you are going to have to hold me to that, if anyone's even watching. But yeah, so here we go. It's July 1st. I have the week off from work. Good time to start. Next week's going to be the real task, because next week it's back to work, and it's going to be tough to fit in making videos and not letting life swallowing me. You know, I know it's going to be very easy to get back to where I was, but we are going to try this. We are going to do this. But yeah, welcome to the channel. Honestly, I don't know exactly where this is going to go. It's probably going to be pretty general to start. So whatever topic I want to talk about, I do have a list of various topics in different areas, ranging from my career to personal finance to photography. I'm not going to put any strict guidelines or any kind of constraints on the channel just yet, just because it's so new and I don't want to set myself up to fail. So we're going to kind of just see where it goes. Hopefully it goes somewhere. Hopefully it doesn't just fall into the abyss that is the internet. But yeah, that's it. It's almost 9 o'clock now, Monday morning, July 1st. I'm kind of rambling because I'm really bad at closing things out. I'm terrible at saying goodbye. I just don't know how to do it. I'm that guy who kind of just, if you're out with me in a group of friends, like, you might just look around and be like, hey, where'd Sean go? Oh, yeah, Sean just left without saying goodbye. And it's not because like I just don't care. I'm just really bad at it. Maybe that's something I can work on over these next 30 days as well. Okay, so I'm gonna say goodbye. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you'll be back. Hope to see you soon. Okay, just wrap it up, man. Just wrap it up. All right, bye.